Well, alright, welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be studios in Brooklyn. And, well, it's time for another track versus track video. And it's, 4th of July weekend, so you may hear some fireworks outside. It's Sunday night when I'm recording this. But I want a video for tomorrow, Monday, because I haven't been very good about putting up Monday videos lately. So even though it's going to be 4th of July when I put this up, deal with it. Alright, so what I'm doing, I'm putting together two stone cold classic Elton John albums. Yeah, I'm putting up his two 1975 blockbusters, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy versus Rock of the Westies. Yeah, man, I loved Elton John in this. I was a huge Elton John fan in the 70s, and Captain Fantastic was one of my earliest albums that I owned. That was mine. I was exposed to a lot of albums and had access to a lot of albums, but one of the earliest albums that belonged to me, that was mine, was Captain Fantastic. And 75 was definitely my peak year with Elton in the 70s. In fact, 75 was probably his peak year, period. But yeah, so I absolutely loved both of these albums. These are two of my very favorite. I mean, if I had to choose by just a hair, I would go Captain Fantastic, just overall. But I really love both these albums. So close. And they both run so deep too. I mean, they again, these go back to when I was 5 years old, and I've loved them most of my life. Okay, so all right, so that's it. And and I gotta point out too, because I don't point this out enough when I do these videos. The way I do this when I choose songs, I'm not choosing what I think is technically the better song, objectively or technically or whatever. Better written necessarily, better produced or whatever. It's just what I prefer. It's just what's, it's all heart. My choices are pure heart, and that's that. And so let's get started. Now, I've got to make my tally sheet. Captain and versus Westies. Okay. All right. So track number 1 on Captain Fantastic is the title track, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. Man, great opener. Now that goes up against track number 1 on Rock of the Westies, which is the medley, Yell Help, Wednesday Night, Ugly. Now, the opening medley of Rock of the Westies, it's almost like he's doing his McCartney medley kind of a thing. You know what I mean? It's like that Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, Band on the Run, kind of McCartney thing, where he takes 3 completely different songs and crams them together into one. And it's so smoking. It's just this great, just funky, just hard-hitting, varied, very, very varied track. And I have to say, I'm choosing that one. I actually love it more than the title track on Captain Fantastic. I really, really love the medley on Westies. So Rock of the Westies gets the first one. So you never know how this is going to go. Like I said, this is probably my favorite one by that much. But, alright. So track number 2 on Captain Fantastic is Tower of Babel. Tower of Babel, man, that is a great one. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite songs on side 1. And that goes up against number 2, track 2 on Rock of the Westies, which is Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future. Whew. Man, you know what? That is a rough one. I mean, I know what I'm going to pick, but that is a rough one because I absolutely love both of those songs. But I'm going with Dan Dare. Yeah, I love Dan Dare more. And I really, really love Tower of Babel. Sorry, Captain Fantastic. That's 2 for Westies. And 0 for Captain Fantastic. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So track number 3 on Captain Fantastic is Bitter Fingers. Yeah, Bitter Fingers. Man, that's like a great upbeat, just it's a really Elton-y kind of track. You know what I mean? It really kind of epitomizes that sound, that mid-70s Elton sound, Bitter Fingers. And that goes up against Number 3 on Rock of the Westies, which is Island Girl. And man, I loved Island Girl in 1975. You know, it was the hit. It was the big hit from this album that you heard on the radio every 5 seconds for a while there. And but you know what? Captain Fantastic is on the map. I'm going with Bitter Fingers. Yeah. Island Girl, I'm just kind of a little tired of Island Girl over time. Over all this time, I just got a little sick of it. But Bitter Fingers, one does not get sick of Bitter Fingers, do they? Yeah. All right, so track number 4 on track number 4 on Captain Fantastic is "Tell Me When the Whistle Blows." Okay, and "Tell Me When the Whistle Blows" goes up against track number 4 on Rock of the Westies, which is "Grow Some Funk of Your Own." "Grow Some Funk of Your Own" is just a straight ahead, just rock track. I mean, that's the thing. One of the great things about the Rock of the Westies album is that there's just some straight ahead, just guitar rock on this album. And Elton could absolutely rock with the best of them back in those days. I mean, he could make some really good hard rockin' stuff. And this album just has that vibe of a band playing live together. And that's one of the great things about this album. The songs are great, but also I just love that band playing live together in the studio sort of vibe of this record. And "Grow Some Funk of Your Own" is one of the songs that kind of most exudes that sort of vibe. "Tell Me When the Whistle Blows," a really great kind of, mid-tempo. But I'm going with "Grow Some Funk of Your Own." Man, Westies has 3 and Captain Fantastic only has 1. Who knew? Okay, so track number 5 on Captain Fantastic. Woo! "Someone Saved My Life Tonight." Oh man, I distinctly remember when that was the new Elton John song. It was the brand new Elton John song. My Aunt Vivian had the single, and she said, "I have the new Elton John song," and she sat me down and played it for me, and I immediately loved it. And it's so funny now to think about how much I loved that song when I was 5, because it's kind of a long song, and I had no idea what it was about. I didn't even know what half the words even were, let alone what they meant. But I loved the hell out of that song, and I still do. And that's going up against track number 5 on Rock of the Westies, which I Feel Like a Bullet in the Gun of Robert Ford. Man, that's another great one. That was actually a single from this record, but it was a flop single. Like, that came out as a single, but it even kind of got played on the radio a little bit, but it just didn't take. I don't know. And it's funny too, because Elton John could have farted into a microphone in 75 and it would have been a big hit. Somehow I Feel Like a Bullet in the Gun of Robert Ford just did not fly. But man, it's a great track. Great track. Amazing, beautiful track. But you know what? There is no way I'm not choosing Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Come on. Alright, so Captain Fantastic is catching up. Turning both these records over now. That's side 1 for each of them. And let's go on to track 6 on Captain Fantastic, which has Gotta Get a Meal Ticket. Oh man, so as I already mentioned, I had this album at the time. It was one of my earliest albums that I owned, that was my own as a kid. Gotta Get a Meal Ticket was by far my favorite track on the album. It was probably my favorite Elton John song at the time. It was one of my favorite songs at the time. I absolutely adored that song. And it has not aged. I still love that track. I still listen to that track and just go, damn. Everything about it, it's a great song. It grooves, it rocks, and it sounds great. I love the sound of the drums on it, and it's just got that really great warm 70s sound, but with like a heavy, just like, to it. I can't say enough about that track. And that's going up against track number 6 on Rock of the Westies, which is Street Kids. Another one of the straight-ahead rock songs, like guitar rock songs on this album. And I love it. But come on, man. Gotta Get a Meal Ticket? That's a 1-2 punch right there. A back-to-back 1-2 punch. Someone Saved My Life Tonight and Gotta Get a Meal Ticket. Okay. So, track number 7... on Captain Fantastic. Woo! Better Off Dead. Oh, Better Off Dead. Oh, man. That is really one of my... That's, you know, Gotta Get a Meal Ticket was always my very favorite song on Captain Fantastic, but Better Off Dead is number 2. That close. I mean, it's that close to just like... it's just rubbing right up against Gotta Get a Meal Ticket. I love Better Off Dead, and always have. And that is going up against track number 7 on Rock of the Westies, which is Hard Luck Story. Hard Luck Story is... it's good. I mean, every you know what? Every song of both these albums is great. These are both all killer, no filler albums. That said, there are still songs that I don't like as much as other songs on the album, even if they're great songs. Hard Luck Story is one of those songs. I mean, there's just no way it can't even begin to compete against Better Off Dead. Better Off Dead eats Hard Luck Story for breakfast and spits it out. So, alright, so, okay, right, that takes us to number 8 on Captain Fantastic. Oh, shit. This is another heavy hitter. You know, side 2 is my side for Captain Fantastic. I mean, all my favorites. Writing. Oh. I love writing. Just those... Yeah, I can't even put into words. I fucking love writing. Okay, so that goes up against take 2. Okay, and that goes up against track number 8 on Rock of the Westies. Feed Me. Feed Me is a great one. Like I said, every track in this album is great. But writing wipes its arse with Feed Me. Okay. All right, Captain Fantastic is well in the lead now, as I might have suspected it would be. Okay, so track number 9. Oh, yeah, I actually forgot to point this out. When I do these track versus tracks, the number of tracks has to match. So it has to be a 9-track album versus a 9-track album, a 12-track album versus a 12-track album, because you don't want to get to the end of one album and then you have like a song or two left on the other one and nothing to match it up with, right? Well, Captain Fantastic does have one more track, but the last 2 tracks on this album run together as one. They're technically 2 different songs, but they run together like one. So to make these match up as 2 9-track albums, I'm running We All Fall in Love Sometime with curtains. So it's We All Fall in Love Sometime / curtains is track number 9 on Captain Fantastic. Epic closer. And that goes up against track number 9 on Rock of the Westies, which is Billy Bones and the White Bird. Well, Billy Bones, check it out. Check it out. Captain Fantastic gets that one by a mile. Man. Well, Captain Fantastic got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Rock of the Westies got only 3. Now, like I've said, I love Rock of the Westies almost as much as Captain Fantastic. I really thought it would get more than that, but it's really that side 2 on Captain Fantastic that you can't compete with it. So anyway, there you go. Captain Fantastic wins. And by the way, these two copies, I bought these records specifically for this video. Yeah, I mean, of course I have these. I've had them for a gazillion years, and I have like a sealed copy, and the whole thing. Yeah, I'm a record dork. But most of my records, as I've mentioned in earlier videos, aren't here in my apartment. I just have the small apartment in Brooklyn, and I don't have all my records. Like the lion's share of my records are at my mom's. And so I went out today. I mean, I bought this recently for $5. Shrink with a Corvette sticker. Woo! Right? But this one I just bought today. And I paid $8 for this. I mean, this is an album that most of my life you could get for like $2, $3, right? Used copies. But, see, it has a little writing there. Whatever. $8. But it came with all the inserts, both the booklets, posters, so I got a little bang for my buck. All right. So, everybody, thank you for everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you do subscribe, click the little bell because you're going to want notifications. And like and comment and, pass it around. Tell everybody on Friendster all about it. And, and come back and watch all the other videos too. Even the ones about the bands that you hate. All right? Yeah. Because I actually tend to do that. There are people whose channels I follow and whose videos I watch. And if the channels that I really like, I'll watch the videos even if I hate the band they're talking about. Because it kind of gets to be this kind of thing, right? Where you kind of feel like you're hanging out with the person. That's how I am about it. And so I don't know. Maybe you don't even like Elton John and you're watching these videos. If that's the case, I salute you. But just the same, you really should like Elton John, and especially these albums because they're great. But anyway, I digress. I should be ending this video, right? Okay, so like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. And shout out to Ralph Vieira, aka Dr. Fuck, the inventor of the track versus track idea. I salute him, and I salute you guys all for watching and subscribing and all that kind of stuff that I already just mentioned that you're doing and that you should do. And I'll see you next time.